Hi guys, welcome back to Bwoyatingz podcast. You don't know, I'm Karim Bwoyatingz, and we are here. I think this is episode 4, Martin. Yeah, episode number 4. And I'm here by Cattleya Perfect 10. We're regular degular. You know that they're located at shop number 19 inside the Ligani Post Mall. That's right across from the Sovereign Center. And they are officially launching their summer body promotions, where you get 20% off all slimming procedures. So all the non-fat surgical removal, something them Monday, and the waistband and the excitement them. Right, so starting now, as I see this episode, they should be available on their page. Remember, 20% off every single non-fat surgical removal procedures that they do have. And also remember to subscribe to their YouTube channel. I'm going to also put the link in the description box. And remember my radio show every single Tuesday night, 8 to 11 p.m. on Newstalk 93 FM. You understand? Yes, so the guest them. Listen to the people a while ago before we even start shoot. My head started hurt me, not lie. That bag of nice, man. But so I have some recurrent guests. So Balla Sean and PEDRO, when you can stay for last. So for the persons who are on Twitter, you will know these two people, right? So each person is going to introduce themselves. Which part we can go ahead and follow you. If you have nothing, if you want big up, if you have no business, then we can stop me there. You understand? Yeah. Starting from you, you have to use the microphone, sir.
All right. Cornelius St. John on Twitter. Handle at Jambrisco 876 Greatness on Instagram. You can check out my business pages, Arabian Aroma, as well as Natural Organic Matters.
I don't understand, my guests. Them have business pages and products and all these things, and they've never once brought a product here. And they say, all right, Karim, see our product here. But we move. Big up to all of my artists friends and give me a dub for free. Yeah. Yeah. Big up to the thing. Continue.
You see me? So I pass it on to the general writer.
Alright, so it's Balla Sean. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AKIM_YPK. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Alright, and Brush, Lord God.
Yeah, man, you know the ball.
Hello.
You know the ball game set up already, right?
Yeah.
To all who in attendance right now, you know the ball game go everything alright with that. Got all silly, you know. You know, go by the name Brush, what chromatic right now, there, the Bwoyatingz show, everything alright, everything plug up, everything at work. You know, Martin, pick up yourself. Whole panel, all guess, you answer. Cattleya Perfect, the whole team check in right now, you know, annual thing, you know it load already. Answer. Yeah, do remember follow me on all social media at Brush with Chromatic. That's BRUSH number 1 on the word Chromatic. Me talk about TikTok, IG, Instagram, everything. Answer. Right across the board. You know the vibes go already.
So you're not sponsor, you want big up, you're not sponsor them somebody.
Yo, I'm drinking Kingston 62 right now, you know, the hot dog on the market. Make sure you get a bottle, alright? Got a little jelly in.
You've done the real.
No man.
You know,
Chupsy. Yeah, Chupsy. But I like the people themselves for call you, brother. I know me. I that themselves for call you. Martin, come on. The comments are there on YouTube. Themselves for call you Chupsy and me, sir, brother. Chupsy. Right.
I real Pedro.
Yeah.
On Instagram, on Twitter. You know, I frequent Twitter. I'm a menace on Twitter, but I'm also a fun person. But we're here to discuss a serious topic, so.
Do you have any brands you want to pick up anything? Anybody? No?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, not at the moment. I love that. Alrighty, so the what we're going to discuss today is one that I've always wanted to talk about, especially somebody who don't want to have children and society. It's about the Gelding society and the pressures that your family members, your friends, girlfriends, society as a whole, once you reach a certain age as a man, you yes, then pressure women too, but that's not for this conversation, right? But men get a lot of pressure, well, why not have a youth yet? Like, especially like if you have a father, same thing I was saying before we started, if you even have a father that has a lot of kids, them always say, so you're not following the tradition, or, your mother say, what happened to the grandkids, them or things. Or your virgin them have children, you might be the only one in your crew, like myself, that don't have any children, and them you pressure every day. So what does Gelding society mean to you? Do you feel pressure to have kids any at all? Anybody?
No,
Yeah.
You are going on, no? Don't tell wife you already, I'm looking at your bank account, I'm going to see some Jay-Z level money, Them kids. Oh, sorry, I've got to bleed that. When I say something going, I've been drinking, see me? No, but in a real life still, I feel like the whole earth I run, if you're not sure, so you can take care of that you there, you know, for just have a youth sake. So, cause me have brethren who have youth where them youth nice, them youth have everything. And then me have brethren who are link me and I say, yo, you know no sugar.
No, no sugar.
You know no Lasco.
No.
You see me I say? And I'm a brethren, so of course me I go help. But in the back of my mind, me I say, yo, you know, so this might have not been the best move. You see me I say, me have friends who I say, yo, I love me youth. But because of my youth, it stopped me from making enough move that could have probably better my life. So.
All right, pause. Before anybody else answer, right? So I was saying the same thing to one of my bridging them, brush, and him said that a lot of times. Enough people always say, you know, when you have a youth, you know, stop making excuses. Because when you have a youth, it can drive you. It is not jeopardy. Like you can't, well, like a chance balloon me and play. Like, oh, I have a youth, maybe my life will go turn on. No. So, you know. I say it to him and them say, boy, you know, say like that's an excuse that enough man talk about. Oh, finances is not in order. Waiting about that.
That's not an excuse. That's actually a very valid reason, especially in a COVID where there's so much uncertainty. You see me? We can wake up tomorrow and two continent, two country or whatever, two world power decide say them a go for war over vaccine.
Right.
You just bring a young youth in this now COVID world war. You see me I say? So you have to think about the world that you live in. You see me I say? You can't just say, oh, it's an excuse. No, it's a valid reason.
Right.
You see me? Enough youth we know get left by roadside. Enough youth end up in a shelter. You see me? Enough youth are starved. Enough youth end up in a bad situations because the people them who bring forward them youth did have that same ideology if you say, yo, is an excuse, and we now use it as an excuse. We just bring you to right. You can't think about it afterwards. Preparation is key.
All right, Jhamol, for you, do you feel pressured, or have you ever been pressured by anyone of your loved ones or friends?
No, my family them they really stay so easy me. It's not
family?
It's not a oh yo. It's not a oh yo you need to go have a youth or when the grandchild come or nothing like that. You get me? It has never been that. It's really just a matter of them wanting me to finish certain things or be accomplished certain way before engaging in certain things. You get me? I say? Yeah. So
Uptown people nice,
see me, I've never actually been pressured. You know, when Father's Day come round, of course you have your brethren them where I say, yo, man, them big up on yourself. You know, you don't know the whole of your Gelding, you know. You see me, but yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know. You see me, fatherhood is a thing way. You see me?
No, you're not mistaken, man. Jesus Christ, yo, hear the man say, but look wrong, dumb. You know, so that, you never met the two of them sit beside each other, you know, because that dumbness of look
parenting.
Jesus Christ,
as you say, you know, for following the point, parenting is not a death sentence. It's not something where boy, here or go on. Once you become a parent, your life done. You see me I say? It's something where I always say this, as a parent, you really have to step up and know, say, yo, you come first. People always say, oh, your child come first and this and that. If you not alright, you know, brother, your youth can't alright, you know. If you not in a good health, you know, your child.
Especially mentally.
Come on,
like,
brother.
if you're not ready mentally. Balla Sean, what's your take?
All right.
Have you ever feel pressured before? And nobody can give me no Miss Jamaica world answer. No. Yeah. Your family them pressure you and them something there. You understand? Yeah. You feel pressure more well for our youth, especially by your bridges or by society. Any at all?
So first and foremost, big up Chupsy, the girl can boop.
Boy, Chupsy. Yeah.
Alright, so I feel pressure about not necessarily by family, more by a friend who had 2 kids recently. You got a daughter and a son. But for me personally, I'm not rushing to start a family because mainly I think people focus mostly on the financial aspect of having a child or starting a family. It's much more to it than that. And I feel that's the reason for so many absent fathers and so many missing fathers in the society, which is a big problem. So me personally want to say, all right, when me move forward financially, I'm good for life, mentally and also with my partner, we can get along to raise this child and have the same views and share the same concept and so forth.
Right.
So family is a very serious thing to me.
Yeah. Factual. And PEDRO.
Yeah, you know, the traditional country people, and I always look forward to them granny. Them engrave to grow the business. So recently, I've recently the marks about so it's when, you know, and all that stuff. But also friends, but I have to hold my own. I try to tell them that it's kind of me time. It might sound selfish, but as
okay
Balla Sean say, as Balla Sean say, it's more than financial. You have to have a presence in a child. If it's a full-time job, you can't just get up tomorrow and like, yo, I feel like I have a child. You have to project. You get me? I say? You have to think about 10, 15 years down the line.
See there? Yeah, man. You know, I always said, Zine, like from where I grew up, you know, when you're younger, you go to school, you say, well, by 25, I'm going to have kids. But you know, when you actually turn into an actual adult, you have sense. You know, so that don't make sense. And I said, well, I don't want to have any children for a lot of reasons, right? And I said, well, you know, I don't want the kids any at all for a lot of reasons. Financial reasons, I just don't think that I can see a child in my life any at all. I want to travel the world. You know, like I want, you know, accomplish certain things. They're not gonna hear somebody, but you can't travel the world with the kids do. It's like, so people always ask this, why not have a child? And they are gonna tell them, and then they're gonna make it, oh yeah, maybe they meet the right person yet.
But do you want to travel the world with a child?
Definitely not.
I don't either.
I don't even want to bring my picnic on hotel with me. Like, no. But if it's family time, it's family time. But what if I just want to, I pre this, Zine, and I've always said this. My father did give me, and my mother gave me everything when I was growing up. Cool? My father was not present. You know, man, I hustle at the man up on the road every day, rate 80, you understand? So, you know, maybe that seem like 3 times for the year. You get me? So, at the end of the day, you know, holiday time, you travel back and forth or whatever, and it's sort of like, I don't want that for my child. I would love to be there, physically there. So if you want the ballet, if you want the piano, if you want the swimming, if you want all of that, I can pay for it. And also, I don't think, boy, I want to buy the Balenciaga, but I have to buy a Lacta One Plus. Well, I like the One Plus because shoes come first. Yeah, I don't want to have those choices. You get what I'm saying? No. So financially,
real quick,
no. So don't say nothing. But financially, I don't want to have to make choices like, yo, rent have to pay. I'm going to say school fee have to pay. And no, it's either I can live somewhere or I can send a girl to school because I don't have it. Right?
You have to also factor in the time as well. You mentioned all these activities.
But I also want to too, brother. Someone want to bring a girl swimming. Someone can come here recital them and them something, brother. Like that's what I want to do.
Exactly.
So if I am working so hard right now for build Bwoyatingz, real and truly, if a child was there, I don't think that I can devote myself, not just finances, myself, and also I'm not mentally ready. Because there are days when I ghost the entire world and I'm just working on me. If I have a youth, I can't ghost my baby mother. I can't go say, well, the baby have to go wait 2 more days until my therapist fix me. You get me? No, brother.
Facts.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, it's more than that. And that's why there are so many, fathers out there who's really not fathering. And if you, as my virgin, know who, if it happens accidentally, then that's one thing. But if you're my virgin who are rush for have a picnic and they have a youth here, call me, but you want sugar, your baby going dead for thirst. Okay, but
I don't really I want my virgin to ask me for sugar and say this. I feel like, yo, dog, I know this, yo.
Yeah.
But I use it as an example. You see me I say?
Yeah.
You know we're good. Yeah.
Should there be a time limit or a time frame for men to have children?
No.
What?
No.
Do you feel like time is running out for you to have a child?
Hey, what go on? I'm not cut you. I'm gonna let you finish.
You know, something like this when I picture.
Hey, what go on? See?
Yeah.
Right now, for me personally, me at a point where me I try solidify my thing as brush on the road marshal. Me I try tour the world and do a bag of thing.
Right.
And truthfully, me listen to the Kevin Harts and the Jay-Z's and the Game and other people who say, yo, we bring we youth out on tour. But honestly, dog, I don't know what out on tour I wait for.
But you're so long, the Kevin Harts and the Jay-Z them take for a picnic?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, them done tour down the world already, then them, alright, me know what out on tour now. Me can afford security, me can afford 3 hotel room, me can afford 6 tour bus.
You can afford a nanny, you can afford so many.
Exactly, them can afford have a nanny on tour with them.
Right.
So me personally, me have to solidify my thing. Tour, I'm honestly, I don't want my youth out on tour. I want they at home, easy back, I collect royalties, I carry me out to piano lesson and
That's exactly what I want,
just
right.
like Kareem said.
That's a thing that I'm strong on. I feel like I should have that level of presence in my child life.
Yeah.
Like if him have any extracurricular activities, you know, like the same piano business or some football, I want to be his biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, brother.
I
Yo,
want
all
to
if it's
support
a
him that
chess
time.
match.
But I don't
on the
care.
sideline and say, boom, boom,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
boom. What you mean? Mark 3 to 4, 5. I don't know chess work, but
That's the type of, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the type of parent that I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but nothing to stop you from do that.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing to stop you from do that, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing to stop you
Alright.
from do that, brother.
Let me tell you
Because here we go.
What you mean?
Let me tell you what's stopping me from doing that, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. Me right now, I started my entire career over, right? At my age. Cool. Now I work. I'm gonna tell people say I work. I'm gonna tell people say I work 24/7. I work 24/7.
Yeah.
Zine. So there are times when even when I do home, I work, brother. Like me, I put together content. How much time I message you know? But I see an episode for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I
5 times.
delay and I cancel and all that, right? No, that's number one. Number two, I don't think that I am there. So when you're gonna say, well, that now stop you, well, it is stopping me because here what happened. I don't want to be able, because I try to dig the bread. I don't want to know if I say, yo, a brother call me and say, Kareem, why do a hosting or something? And then I'm gonna say, shit, you know, so I can't do the hosting because I have to go my son PTA meeting. I want to be able to I can cancel that engagement because I have it financially. I can't cancel it right now, brother. Every money I come in, I have to take it. I cannot cancel anything right now. I tell you the truth, like I'm not gonna pretend. I can't cancel no work right now. So any brand link me and say, oh, once the manager confirm it, I hit that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cancel it and then in the back of my head, because a lot of parents guilt trip themselves too. And in the back of my head now, I say, John Star, I cancel this now. Oh, I'm gonna pay rent for next
and
month.
then project it on the
Project it
youth.
for your kids. And that's why there are a lot of parents who are also angry, brother, and them cuss because them know say them can barely make ends meet, bro.
Alright, when me think about the whole thing still, not just in starting a family, but social media overall, it give a facade to make you feel like, alright, if you don't reach 20 and have a car, if you don't reach 22 and have a house.
So them can't buy gas putting in them cars, so I don't want, no, sir,
Yeah, but
excuse
see,
me.
people for us,
that kind of discussion.
You do things when you ready.
Yeah,
you
and the
do things
punch
when
empty,
want
not
to
even
do
have a
things.
can beef and a house.
Yeah,
Right.
don't make people pressure
Yeah.
you into feeling, say, alright, show me at 23 now, if I not have a youth.
That is a problem.
You're ready, you didn't know, live your life. You know, so if you have to have a youth now, you can't buy no feeding.
Run your
Nobody
own
gonna
race.
rush it.
Brother, that's exactly my point. If you have a child right now, me not gonna send my little picnic gonna crib school, you know, you understand? So at the top of the notch, every single thing, brother. You understand? There's some kids in a fumble double, nothing around here, so you know.
escape.
You understand? No, man, yeah. You see me? Yeah, man. Illegal and them look at school, so oh, me gonna find him now have it.
And same
have
thing
it.
like what I say, some of the people them know them start a family. They want to go Jamaica and go here brush one. And night near them have because picnics waiting up at 2, 3 o'clock because they never hold out.
See,
They
there.
never plan it out. You don't
I
want to go
think that, you know, I think that Jamaica does have a culture where we are so focused on a man for a pitney, man for a youth, man for a volley for youth. And I think that, you know, a lot of us starts too early and then we basically, I'm not saying that kids fuck up your life, but these things do happen.
Yeah.
It can happen.
A point I want to follow up with what I say it's not that half the things that he mentioned that is hindering aren't a beautiful thing as you know a part of parenthood. You know,
Yeah.
so what I mean. As I said, you want to be mentally and all of them prepared for this. You have to look
bro.
forward to. Yes, I'm going to wake up 2 a.m. because this child is going to cry from when to when. I want to look forward to these things before I venture into it. I want to mentally prepare myself
Hold
for all
on,
of
no.
that.
But here we go on. You see, just like how there's no criteria for success, you define your own success. Are the same thing for parenting, bro. Who society can determine when you ready still, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what is your criteria? You see me? How you are gonna know say, all right, how much money you need for ready for parenting? You get me?
Good
sir?
question, good question.
How
Ask all of
ready you
them
need to
man
be
them
mentally
Good question,
for
good
for
question.
parenting.
Yeah,
You get me? Sir?
Good point.
Hold on, ask all of them man them a
Before you
question.
ask a question, please do remember that when Jhamol talk, remember say I pay 150 for the car loan. And
Yeah. Come on, talk about difference.
Remember that man have mortgage and all these things. So him have it, brother.
Difference.
Me no reach no
See?
for him there, no, so I don't understand.
I want to ask him and them this. Zine, you feel like the Jamaican society is Jamaica. Alright, I never said Jamaican society, apartheid, because we know uptown people. Them not too in the youth thing. Them want to feed them pitney for rich first before any youth. Like, them have pitney all 43.50.
Factual.
Do you think like the regular people them who feel the pressure for actually have youth early, do you think them actually realize that is a human life? Are them getting a youth as acquiring a car or acquiring a house? It's just a next notch.
Getting a youth is like an accomplishment to a lot of people. I guess. It's like an accomplishment.
So you don't feel like them realize that
their
human
mind
life.
is if they don't have a youth, they have not accomplished life. That's how a lot of people look at
You
it.
think them realize that this is a human
But yet when they not try acquire one CXC certificate that them look at something them in talk about, but they don't want to acquire youth. When they can't do the youth homework, when they can't even spell rat and bat, but they don't want to have pitney. I don't understand, brother.
That valid, but here we go on. No, bro, Sean, I don't feel like enough of them people who get up and have several children really preach for say, boy, it's a whole life me I bring into this world, and it's literally just, yo, Jesus Christ, you know, say, I miss my period again, so, yeah, man, me nah bought it, you know, me, I keep that one, yeah. You have two more, you have one where one, you have one where two. You get me? I say, so it's a every year recurring thing for them, but it's just like, no matter how much you can provide for the first two, it's not done point here just I say, yo, here I go on, because she there with a man where a hustler, so she feel like, say, yo, oh, the bread must come.
Yeah,
they
man,
must
youth for
survive.
ban.
You get me? I say the whole youth for ban agenda.
Backward mentality
feel,
to me, fam.
alright, no pun intended, but you have like 40 different ways to look at this.
Party.
Wow. Wow, good one.
Serious now, be serious.
Good
You have
one.
many different ways to look at it because, alright, med say you can have a situation where probably the first time the two of them have sex, a baby born. Secondly, depending on where you're brought up, the environment and all of that, it's like a norm, so it kind of get desensitized in a sense. So you kind of just grow up, realize, alright, one you can be 18 of all, two youth already, but it don't down tape on the parenting side say, alright, it's a liability to have two kids financially.
Let me tell you something.
Depends upon
Balla Sean, let me tell you this, Zin.
Yeah.
You see, for me, if it is that it happens and you cannot abort it, and you bring that child to the world, I don't have a problem with that. You see, the people them that go out there purposely to have a child and you don't have it. I know a whole heap of youth, enough of my bridging them. I'm not talking about the one who know up on social media, but a lot of my bridging them from all the garrison. Right now, 22, 23, have 3 pitney. So the first time it happened, fine. The second and the third time, and then no, you have to call for your friend them who want help. And then no, yeah, man for half you, man. Where you wait on carry? What I mean, say when you ask for $500? No.
Here we go. You see to add to, you see
after the one.
One of them say, boy, watch it. But watch out, for add to it, Sean saying, brother. It's how they're cultured. You see me, I say it's really how them cultured, because say, yo, a man having a first youth, probably 2, 3, not even 2, 3 years, 10, 15 years ago, it's like, oh, have a youth, you know, boy, never wanted or nothing, but hey, you see me? No. All if them can't afford it, brother. Pick the social media get make. Pick
It's a whole different.
You see me? I say like a whole celebration for say, yeah man,
That's what
we
I
have a
said.
youth.
A lot
And
of
them a do
youths
the whole, exactly, them a do the whole, what you call that, baby shower and all of that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, yo, all right then, yeah, baby shower done, you know, boy, Pedro.
Then what?
Excitement wear off. It was just like a little trophy for them. It's
You
like,
see me, Pedro, me I beg you,
little
5 years,
silverware, that's
brother.
it.
You know me thing that stay in a way.
But then it's always the ones who are in worst financial, mental position than you that always bash you for not having a child. My nigga, I'm seeing where you're struggling with your child. Well, me, I go off have a pitney. You understand? Like, and again, things can happen, and if it's a mistake or an accident and you want to bring forth your child, I don't have an issue with that. But once you're going to go out here now and I run up and down,
a whole campaign.
yeah, man, and
Come
then
on for the girl.
you are struggle, brother. And then you're going to look for other man now when I have a pitney. Oh, you're 25, they not the youth. I don't understand. Them start question if you're fertile. Oh, a blank can't shoot. Or them start to question your sexuality. You understand? And they just can't get it.
I feel the next thing I add to it is absentee fathers, I did say earlier. And even miseducation and sex, because I don't feel like most youth in high school, when you get even older, I don't feel like most men really know the sex game to that.
All right, Balla Sean, I'm going to tell you this, right?
Teach them.
I'm going to tell you this.
Teach them.
Watch out now.
Nobody, you see me? No 18-year-old male can tell me that you're not educated enough to know that bringing forth a child is not the proper thing right now because of my current situation. Again, you know, I'm not lie to you, things do happen. I'm telling you already, say belly for that show like old rag. You understand? But yet, at the end of the day, brother, it's always them people there who have a bag of girl. All right? You have a bag of girl, fine. But you don't have a bag of picnic. Why? Are you working? No, you're not working upon the corner every day. Yeah, you know, weed in your hand, Miggle. You buy a hot Magnum or a hot Dragon, and then you buy a chicken and chips on the corner to bring home to your youth.
Boy.
And then now, you can barely send your child to school.
You know what cross mind as you said that? It come like some plantocracy behavior, like him just study, him just a girl and a breed upon like a plant.
A lot of people, I love Jamaican males think so, brother.
Come back from them
no.
past slavery behavior there. Like,
Yeah.
he must look a stud.
Oh, me if you suffer for bring somebody else to come suffer with me. Me know how sufferation is.
Generational
right?
suffering.
And me know I gotta try purposely bring another human being for go through the same thing that me they go
I
through.
wonder if them feel like magic in a youth. Because, no, in a real life. A man a suffer right through. And a man a go say, oh, me I go bring forward a youth. And when the youth forward, my life I go change. He must think magic in a youth.
You know, say, here I go. I don't think I'm magic, but I feel like realistically, you have enough people out there, brother, will find hope in having a child. So a man will have a youth and say to himself, say, yo, here I go, and this a youth here come change my life, you know, this a youth here go come take care of me.
But the first you never change your life. Or you get up have 2 and 3.
Here what my thing about that. See? Yes, the youth will motivate you to go out and do what you need to do. But in my perspective, if you cannot find the motivation to change your life right now, in this moment, you see me I say, you're not ready for your youth. You get me? Because here what the youth, yes, the youth are going to motivate you to go out there and get it for your time. For your time, I tell you, this is for a time.
Hold on, man.
But you see, if you're stuck in a honeymoon phase, if you're stuck in a mentality, in a pattern, after a while, you know, you just go fall back into that, you know.
True.
You see me I say?
You
if you used to rob people to put food on your table, you know. Although this might have strayed from the topic, but whatever. See me a drink. See, if you use a rob and you say, yo, me I change my life, me I get a 9 to 5. Because I have a youth now. The minute something go wrong in that 9 to 5, then you just say, yo, I go on. I just gone back to where me know.
Straight.
Gone back to where me used to.
Black Air Force.
You see me I say, black, see somebody I get robbed to.
Black Air Force and everything.
But that's my point. If you don't have the will, you see me I say, if you look into yourself and say, yo, I'm change my life and I'm going to make my life better. If you don't have that right now, I don't feel like you forget a youth just for that.
All right. I agree with that, but may I clarify the point to me that make?
Yeah.
The point may I make is that they find hope in having a child, and not that all them are work hard to make sure that the youth have something to eat.
Yeah.
But when the youth get old, they might play some ball like Al Sterling.
The retirement plan.
Yeah, the retirement plan, isn't it? At least a youth here go play the ball and know say, yo, on it. Yeah, man, you might have to play for on it.
Karim, what do you think about that? Youth, them having children as a retirement plan. What's your thoughts on
What do you
that?
think about that?
Some pension scheme.
I won't say. But do you guys think that your socio-economic background or your status or environment has anything to do with being extra pressured to have a child? Because I know that Bwoyatingz One did kind of run off a joke about, you know, uptown people, them not really depend on Wally Poly or something because them really want them kids first to be very secure. Yeah. I know that's dependent on your demographic, your socio-economic background, our environment. It can kind of, then it's more pressuring as well. Do you think that plays a part more into it?
All right. So as a trying youth in a society,
You're not a trying youth.
as a trying youth,
Yeah,
as a trying youth in society, as I say, I gotta honestly say, yo, me never come under no whole heap of pressure for say, yo, have a youth. You see me? Pedro.
I'm here.
Me I go say Pedro. We come from the more country era, so to speak. You see me? I know say country people as Pedro say, yo, love grand picnic. Want know say, yo, them a run up and down. Boy, little cornmeal porridge in the morning and know say, yo, 3-4 of them come sit down at the table. You get me I say? Now, as I say, as a trying youth, me never undergo it, but Pedro as a well-off person, you know, he may have it different. Pedro may have it different, brother. Pedro may have 3-4 girls and swing it game and I say, hey, you know, come inside me, Pedro.
Wow, Pedro.
Wow. Crazy. Wow.
Mighty God, man.
Balla, what you say?
Remember say, yo, the man is a menace to the Bridges community, brother. The man money out here. Based on what the ladies are saying. You see it, so? Yeah.
According to the
So, before me even answer the question, I have 2 things to say first. Everybody check them pocket before me leave, so make sure say have your thing there. Yeah, cause me hear someone point out the Air Force.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we not have the bad.
Yeah.
Second of all, Bro Sean make a true point when him say, when some people get children, their mindset and outlook on life change and them change for the better. But that is not necessarily always the case.
Well,
You have some people who get youth and him slap party every night, him slap that him not met the youth, him not met the people.
No sense of responsibility.
Yeah, him just live life.
Mighty God. Bro Sean, what is one? Jesus Christ, man, Bro Sean. Yeah.
And alright, if you have a family now where you know say financially you're well off, people I got pressure you to say, alright, yeah, finally now Jam can get a youth.
First of all, my family them can't tell me if I have no youth. Go and have the youth yourself. Because I don't want a youth, brother. So if I say the case, my parents them can just go on just because I eat that. There's no youth around here. My father have 10 kids. If you want a youth, go ahead. Which youth? There's no youth coming from this side, brother.
Remember saying you have like what? 3 Balenciaga, 4 Gucci, 5 Louis.
I have 4 Balenciagas, but yes.
Yeah. So what they say is
Martin, edit out that party, Martin.
A few things more want to note in a 1. This money enough. No. 2. This money I know the specifics. So you know, say this is not a joke. Man, Black Air Force me in business in this year. Careful.
alright, well, that's a for real thing now. They must say if you can buy 4 Balenciaga, as I was corrected. They must say you must can buy 5 bucks of Pampers, you must can buy some baby clothes for Price Smart and everything there. So
right.
Give your mother a grand.
But
does he want to?
Exactly. He said earlier that
that's it. I don't want any. And then even after that, though, a child is more of a long-term investment versus just you buying a phone.
Lifetime. That's all in them rich in them totties.
Hold on.
But my father sometimes have to send out money come not sir. Yeah.
Hold on.
I feel like
when you say lifetime,
I feel like you want to see when you say lifetime investment. What you mean? What you mean?
Bro, I take care of picnic for
No, all when you're dead, you have to spend money for
brother. That's what I'm saying.
When you think them life insurance or something for all when you're dead,
but based on Karin's tone, it's so like it's an investment for return on investment.
No. Exactly. And funny enough, there are many people that think of it like that. As me did I say, oh, some man have youth and say, oh, yeah man, Balla Sean, Balla, I must forget.
What if that doesn't happen?
Automatically the you workless, brother?
No, but a real point you're talking about. I remember, you have some parents, when them say reach 18, and you start working, you have to start pay them back or pay certain bills and do all type of things,
Daddy and mommy can't remember me here.
Brother, hear me I say, you have some parents out there where look upon it and say, all right, perfect example. You have some parents where doctor, lawyer, traditional jobs, them want them children or child come and do, see?
Yeah.
Automatically, once you're not on a doctor, once you're not on a lawyer, you them don't even have the money for sending you to school and student loan, them can't find the 2 reference or the 2 guarantors. You see me? But yet still them know say, oh, you're not on the lawyer or a doctor, this not work.
My father did do that to me too, yeah. You know my father want me to turn doctor and realize
no more money. 18, boy, no want to go college.
Something like that do happen.
What brush wanna do? Which road marshal? This not work.
That happens and it really, hits close to home because me and my father never talked for about 6 years just because of that decision that I made. You know, he wanted me to go to UE and become a doctor and whatever. I mean, never want that, you understand? So that is an actual factual. You know, but so back to Balla Sean thing, yes. So, you know, everybody here can say that, you know, they've splurged or have done something for themselves. You know, you do something, you know, buy equipment and like Martin and me, you know, I invest all of my money back into my craft. You know, with a child coming, it's a kind of derail that just a little bit, and it's not an excuse. It's just that some of us actually think life through. For me, I love when I can sit down and I can pen and paper everything. You understand? No youth against me shall prosper. Jesus.
Hold on, me make brush ask you. And if on the same question, brush ask me.
It's a me a whole of vibes. Me a drink little Kingston 62 in the cup and me a whole of vibes. See?
Right.
Carrie, me want to ask you.
Yes, good.
Because all of this is learned behavior.
Come on, go. Yeah, go on.
All of this is learned behavior. Is it me? So, from we are juvenile, so you know, and we used to go around with uncle them and with father them. We hear them talk about this Gelding thing, you know, before we even know what this Gelding thing is, you know. So it's learned behavior. It's a part of the culture, deep in the culture. Do you think? Because would I like to think youths are get wiser now, because more information available. Jesus Christ. All right.
Moving on.
But do you think sometimes, somehow, this perspective can change?
To be honest with you, it can only be changed like having discussions like these.
Yeah.
And it can only be changed like people like us that have this mindset. Yeah. Now, for instance, if either one of you guys have a child in the future and that child say, well, I don't want to have a child, at least when have it up yourself for absent, for understand.
Yeah.
You know, some of the parents them too dense and dunce. So, you know, it carried on from then until now. But I think that our generation, well, a little few of us that have, you know, brain cells that are still working, I feel like, you know, we do understand how life works. And it's not like back in the day when you have to have 12, 15 kids. You know, life harder now. People now have dreams and not everybody wants to have a child. Yeah. Right?
So what you said to the people and when I say we are speaking from a point of privilege.
Right.
Because they might go say that, you know, what you would have said to them people.
Point of privilege in terms of what?
Meaning they don't have the access or when the certain communities, they don't know any other culture and in most cases, this is what they live and breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the reason I've always told people from I know myself, brother, like when you need to have a mind on your own. Like societal norms should not define you or what you're thinking or your future. You see me? And I mean, even just this little show. You get me? Like societal norms should not determine what you want out of life. No, you could have come from the deep-rooted garrison and everybody has said, dog, if you don't have youth, you're a Batman. Well then, think what you may. But me not gonna come bring my youth and no zinc fence. I walk barefoot up and down the lane. I go buy cheese sticks for them dinner. It not gonna work. You understand me? So once you are so strong in your thinking, and as Miss say, you're not myopic in your thinking any at all. They understand, say, whatever you or anybody else, my mother, my father want to say, then if you don't want to pick, then go have it for yourself.
Yeah, but here we go on. As Brush one say, me I bring back before I ask the question.
Yeah.
Zane, you talk from what I'd consider, what Brush would consider as a privileged standpoint.
Right.
You see me, as Pedro say, people are cultured this way. They know.
But we can also out culture ourselves.
No, hold on.
We can.
No, yes, we can, you know, but here we go on. One to the man where literally stay in him culture. Him not know what a tertiary level education is. Him don't know where UTech is. That the man they live down a common and never probably see outside a common too tough.
Yeah, but then you supposed to know, okay, again, being cultured does not equate or does not have anything to do with you being educational. Correct?
That's true.
No, hold on. No, you're supposed to know right from wrong once you've grown in a certain situation. And that's why I brought up the point earlier to say there's no way me could have been brought up suffering, could barely have dinner, could barely eat, me never have water in my house, and a 5 hours sleep on one bed. I'm going to end up have a youth, and then it's going to purposely go breed an next girl. Culture have nothing to do with it. That's just you being dunce. Because there's no way I can say I love my youth and want to see my youth a ball guy in bed at night time. So culture, we have to take out culture out of it, and a lot of us use culture as an excuse for the
Alright, I'm gonna make a point.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna make a point. What I feel what we are miss right now is that you have members
Passion.
say everybody need to take everybody need to take responsibility for them own actions.
Thank you.
But a factor in this is also peer pressure. I'm not used to say culture this or culture that, but you need to understand, say, you have some people, if other people don't think for them, then don't.
Definitely.
Say that to say this. If 5 out there writers are saying, Brusha say bag juice, PEDRO say bag juice, Jhamol say bag juice, Karima say bag juice. A bag juice maker say, there are some people who have that ideology. If now go up on Google or look out around and say,
I was going to say
but we have
something
cran
similar.
water. So why am I sick of a bag juice? Some people now go think for themselves or out of society
Then
now.
my question though to you now is, right? So then you drank the bag juice, you realize it give you an allergic reaction. You're going to drink the bag juice again, brother, because your friend might drink it and it nearly kill you. You're not going to do it. And that's what I'm saying.
People do that, man.
No, exactly. But they pick and choose what they want to do. Because my thing is, I understand when PEDRO asks about privilege and I get it.
Yeah.
But the reason I said if it happened one time and then you constantly do it, that means that you don't care much for yourself nor for the well-being of your offsprings. You really don't give a because there's no way the first Pitney band and maybe a second one maybe band, but then all 4 and 5, brother.
You have to just understand you have people that think like that. And
Well, people like that you can ask me.
You want to say to you now, Zane, because you specifically, like I know yours. Yeah. So, as a youth, where enough garrison with circle, before the no brush and chromatic, there was Romario, who come from country, and him never know nothing about town. So enough places we go and enough things were sick. See? I make you know right now. Some of the man them in them garrison at the zinc fence places them. Where they run the same man them with dance and feel like I just have youth and Bray and whatever. Them man they wise beyond them years. You reason with some of them man there and you say, yo, how this man they so in a life and have them knowledge, have them views upon the world. You see me? So, see them like how them not take not being financially ready if have a youth. Them take that as an excuse. Me take it as an excuse when the man I go say, boy, my circumstances are women there is the reason why I'm just gonna have a bag of youth and not think and just do, because man in them same circumstances, them the reason with and them wise beyond them years.
Agree.
Yeah.
You see me?
Definitely.
May I ask you the question real quick, Karim. Zane, let's say you should have a youth, right? Zane, give him. You say, yo, and my work with what you say now. I want to follow what I go on. Zane, I work with him say, Zane, I plow all of the cash we have right now into this business. And you have a youth. Shorty says she'll keep it. You sell one of Balenciaga then. You sell the Balenciaga, you sell the Rolex.
Let me just say this. My mother, my mother raised me. So I've seen my mother sick already.
Yeah.
And there were times when I needed something and she'd take her doctor money and give me growing up. So you say anything possible to ensure that my youth them good. Definitely.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? So if that means that I might have to sell couple.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna quickly just go to the Twitter responses. Alright? So I ask a question, I'll say, yo, men, do you feel pressure to have kids by your society? Poly. So D-Mar in 1990 says, not at all. After society and them can pressure now go help me take care of my child and give them what I didn't have growing up, same thing we might have. Watch it make me go load and drive the Gelding truck, definitely. So a youth named Uncle Barry876 says, my parents don't stop pressure me, say me next. My sister gave them their first grandchild and they adore him and want another. About excitement, somebody, Ryan Mattis, big up yourself, Ryan. He says, yes, your girlfriend say, yo, I'm ovulating. I like to call... Ryan. No, Ryan, have it.
Ryan, what say you can't afford it? Ryan, stop it.
Ryan, more than have it, brother. More than have it.
Ryan Mattis, what take the picture there?
Ryan Mattis.
Ryan, you can't afford it. Stop it.
Pause. You say that? You're doing the same thing we're here discussing. You're pressuring the man into talking.
Pressure him.
Man say you can afford it.
Me just say.
Calm down.
If it's because you feel so you don't have enough money, Me, I tell you, say you have enough money. Ryan, you can afford it.
Listen to the man, so pressure the man, brother. Live.
Hold on, me give an example. Zin, I don't know if you know that consider this pressure, but here I go on. You see, remember me telling say, yo, my family never bring no youth talk to me certain way yet, you know.
Yeah.
So my cousin, probably about 6 or so years ago, had a daughter. Zin, you know, so when the man have him daughter, me auntie them look for me and say to me, say, yo, you know, so what they think of you first? You know? Yeah. You know what they think of you really would I go first? And I say, yo.
That I'm 2 months.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, sir. Oh, me reach, yes, sir. Yes, yo, me even know you take on me reach, yes, sir.
Man put it on Gelding schedule already and something. But I understand.
So, hold on, I'm ask Brush a question.
Yeah.
So, Brush, oh, you want pressure Ryan Mattis and you not pressure man in a pink Alistair shirt. I don't understand.
Right, that's all.
Oh, no, I'm reason with them, man, already.
Yeah.
Reason with them, man.
I'm going to read a couple more responses. So somebody said, the Hemingway said, let's normalize planned pregnancy. If you can't afford it, you don't have it. I'm not talking about clothes and shoes. I'm talking about health insurance. Same thing we're speaking about. A lot of men say yes. Somebody says that him just turned 27 and mother say, yo, wagwan. You understand? And then somebody else also said, Leon says, you know, him just turned 30 in family. I say, yo, let me understand. You know, and the responses, which is a lot of responses, well, if a man I say, oh yeah, like they are being pressured.
You see, this is something that is woven within our society, I'm telling you. I feel like if I didn't take that jump so I needed new experiences. Live in St. Elizabeth, but I probably have
Definitely.
Sorry, you said something a while ago, more touch on. Zane, I feel like one of the problem is how we perceive age. People, 30 is not all. 27 is not. 27, you just have to figure out your thing. You see me, I say some people are 27 and can't change a gas pan. You see me, I say?
Hold on.
No, but that's a fact. But what I'm saying is carrying.
Hold on.
I feel like him.
Mr. PEDRO.
You can't change that.
Hold on.
Wait, I'm finish my statement.
Hold on, shots fired.
That I'm trying to make is this. The way how we perceive age is also a problem. Because when a man reach 30, they must say, yeah, get all you need. 30 is not all. 30 is the new 20. And after Corona, when I'm 35, I'm going to be telling niggas that I'm 25. Yeah. Because I spent 5 years in panoramic. Yeah. When I'm nice as some guan. Yeah. See? So when I'm 55, I'm just like get a youth. I'm fooling youth at 30 and up. Them still have to forward at the cookout and say, yes, that's my brother, that's my whatever. Like my my youth have to in the crew too. I'll fooling youth at 30 and him are just 3.
But just never appreciate or you look at me stern about the gas pot business.
Me too, like I want to feel like I can't change gas pot. What if I have an electric stove on my yard? What if?
No, but never
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, what if I have a gas stove?
No,
then that makes sense.
An electric stove. And I don't have change gas pot.
So
Hypothetically
speaking, you can buy a Bridget's and can't change a gas pan. I don't understand.
Wow, PEDRO.
Oh my.
I think this is... Yeah, man, I hate this,
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, I hate this. All right, guys. Any closing thoughts on the topic? You know, in all seriousness, you know, what do you have to say to... I just try to change the norm of, you know, societal thinking about this gelding thing, and you have to have a child and the pressures. What is a closing thought? And also tell them where we can follow you, each person.
I say do your own projection now, brother. Do your own projection. And I'm not talk 1, 2, 3 years. I talk about 10, 15 through university, through the mishap we might have after university and them thing there. Right. Do them kind of projection there before considering having a child. Not saying that, you know, something can, the variable, you know the variables, right. But at least have it in your chain of thought for so well then. Project 10, 15 years after university. I will page on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. My closing thoughts, yo, just think for yourself. As I say, I'm going to share a quick story. No, I can't share that story there. Embassy might have watch. Anyway, think for yourself. See? And try to remember.
That's a good one.
Try to remember like the little situation them where you did drop in, where your parents could help you with, where you are going off you can help, whether them it's police situation or even them getting somebody. You have to think about all of this because if you have a youth and them in them teen years and them can get somebody pregnant or them get pregnant, you have to go help with that, you know. You
Man, big up my parents right through,
you see me? You have to go help with that.
Man, big up mommy and daddy. Yeah.
Just think for yourself. You know what I mean? Just read some books. You know what I mean? I just finished a book called The 4 Agreements.
Oh, bad book that man. Yeah, man. Bad book that man.
Read and try to just expand on your mind. Don't use what you're there these books are free online, YouTube. So read and try to just develop your own mind and try to just think for yourself. And doing that, thinking for yourself, you will most likely make a sensible decision.
Yep.
At Brush One Chromatic on all social media platforms.
What going for the
TikTok,
YouTube?
Twitter.
What going for YouTube?
Lazy. Him turn TikTok influencer and forget YouTube.
Yeah, man, really.
Him lost in a
Here we go on. The YouTube are forward. But here we go on. Since the rise of TikTok and, you know what I mean, we're almost at 100,000 followers. Big up everybody. Is it me? What's gonna happen with the YouTube is we're gonna do bigger productions on that. Is it me?
Okay.
So
and it
the
involves
little
outside.
something where you normally see on Twitter, on
YouTube.
YouTube, it gone to TikTok. So what forward on TikTok now is bigger production, you know what I mean? Bigger team, bigger names, bigger image, bigger sponsorship, everything does like a bigger.
Yeah, I am Martin.
We are gonna talk off.
Yeah.
See me? But at Brush One Chromatic on all social media platforms from Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything.
Alright, so that's the ad. Like what Brush One say, think for yourself, live for yourself. Plan it with you and your partner. Don't make society limit you, don't feel like you have to live to society standards or validation. If at 35 you have your first youth or 40, well so be it. That is just life journey. I have an idea you wanna go take care of the picnic.
True.
Real quick, big up all of my friends, big up everybody who watch this. Big up my baby mother in Florida. You doing it go.
Mighty God.
Alright. All socials, Instagram and
all this time, eh? What a plot twist, isn't it?
What a plot twist.
Nah, man, my wife, my baby, man, everything in one, all in one, all purpose. Yeah. All social media, Twitter, Instagram, Balla Sean, AKIM_YPK. I've been saying big up everybody who tune in and remember say Tuesday, Bwoyatingz after dark.
Yeah, man, 8 to 11 o'clock.
Brush One.
Reps.
Yeah, you don't know if you want. Yeah, ladies, first and foremost, how could I forget you? If you need that discount code at Bridget Sandals, I'll leave it there.
But think of something serious, man. Look come here and say, oh, what kind of business him have? How can I forget you? Wow.
Yeah, but think it's a big man.
Yes. Jano, you know, to close it out really and truly, find new cultures. You get me? I say? Find new cultures. So you live in the ghetto, try to find somebody who solid enough when I think like everybody else. You get me? I say? Try to step away from what is deemed as the norm.
You need some new lens, man. Step outside,
you need some new lens, brother. You get me? I say? So step away from what you're used to and step into a new perspective. You see me? I say? Outside of that, you just go and run your thing. You get me? I say? Work with a new perspective. You have two different opinions. You have two different insights. You have two different lens looking from. You get me? I say, or even three. You get me? You can also talk to women. You get me? I say, women will share perspective on the whole becoming a father thing. You get me? I say?
Yeah.
Outside of that, go and big up on yourself. You see me? I say, big up Bwoyatingz same way. All of the man them. Martin for the production. Yeah, Jam Briscoe on Twitter. 876 Greatness on Instagram. Yeah.
All right, and that wraps up the episode. So everybody basically said it. You know, we need to start not living for others, but live for yourself. And, you know, societal norms are not things that we do follow. You know, you run your own race. So if society say you're 30, remember, if it is that you cannot afford children and you want to have sex. Ensure that you're protecting yourself. Ensure that you can go to family planning, all of that. And ensure that you and your partner is also ready. Do not let your friends, your family, anybody else decide. I think Brush wanted to touch upon something about, having children. There are so many unexpected expenses. So it's not just about even going to school. Me growing up, a whole lot of problems me caused my family. And right? So, it also has to do with that and your mental capacity to withhold and go through all of that to raise a child. So, I don't mind being a gelding. You understand? Me'll drive the truck and put in the gas in the truck too. Yeah. You get me? But until next time, this is Bwoyatingz podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Big up to the BAMcast. Big up to Cattleya Perfect 10. They do have the 20% off all body slimming procedures starting right now. And Bwoyatingz After Dark every Tuesday night, 8 to 11 p.m. on Newstalk 93 FM. You understand what I'm saying? Big up on yourselves.